All right. This is our Robert, you in the future book review on Discworld City Watch set book 3 Feet of Clay. Feet of Clay, right? And yeah, it is currently the 16th of May, 2023. Chugging along, and a bit of a separation between the end of the second one in this book as I was reading the third book of the Sun Eater series. But regardless, yeah. So this book, not as good as the previous two. Not even close. It wasn't as funny. Didn't have as good of characters that were introduced, let's say, and focused on. We had a lot of the old characters, right? We had Carrot. We had Angua from the second one. We had Detritus. Yeah, Detritus. He was minimal, but he was there. We had Nabi. There's a little bit of focus on him, but still. We'll get into that. Sergeant Colon. We had them, but they were focused on in their little bits, but they weren't. It wasn't fun. It wasn't as fun. It just seemed. It seemed kind of humorous, but nowhere near as funny and as it just wasn't as fun as the previous books. I might have chuckled twice through the book. Yeah, the new characters, which is Cherry Littlebottom and Dorfel the Golem, and Cherry Littlebottom is the dwarf female, right? Still has a beard and everything. Dwarf female who is learning to be a more feminine, wearing skirts, dresses, painting nails, mascara, that kind of stuff, or whatever it is. Spurned on by Angua, right, to be more feminine, which is very against dwarven culture, right, to be more feminine. They won't always hide who the women are, which there's a little bit of humor in that. But it just overall wasn't as funny. The new characters weren't as interesting. The overall story usually there's a mystery. It sort of feels like a long Bones or NCIS episode, right? Where there's a crime in the beginning, and now we have our returning cast of characters that we enjoy are now swept up in this, trying to introduce to the crime, or the remnants of the crime, trying to understand and then solve the crime through the rest of the story, and then twists and turns are popping up, and you as the reader are figuring out exactly what happened after, before, or during, the revelations to the actual character. Usually Vimes happens, right? Well, this crime and the story itself, very simple, very very easy to understand. This is not a problem with that. It was just I wasn't interested by it, and the golems finding their humanity, let's say, and getting their humanity and understanding what humanity is and all this, and I just wasn't crazy interested with it. It was a bit too serious and not what I care too much about for. Obviously, they try to do it in a more humorous way, but I'm very much about it. It was a very book. I could take it or leave it. If this was the first book I read of this Discworld series, I'd be very hesitant to. I'd be hesitant to read more. Yeah. So overall, I wasn't thrilled with it. I didn't laugh too many times. I chuckled twice. I did finish. It was short, so that was good. I finished it in 3 or 4 sittings, but they weren't I wasn't waiting to open up my phone and my Kindle app to read it. It wasn't like that. Yeah, so I'm sort of just chugging along the series. This feels like a middle book, something that's kind of it's been a while since because this is written by Terry Pratchett, I imagine, as he's jumping from all these different stories that he wants to explore in Discworld, and he might have been and I have nothing to prove it. It's just what it feels like, and it was oh, we haven't gone back to this City Watch group like in a while, maybe in a few years or a few books. I don't know how fast he pumped them out. I guess we can put this story out. It's not crazy compelling, but the fans might like it. A revisit to Ankh Morpork, right? And that's kind of what it felt like. Maybe a filler episode of A Bones. Yeah. And that's kind of it. Not much more to say about this book. I give it a 6.8 out of 10. It was well written. Wasn't crazy funny. All right story. Overall, just meh. 6.8. Better than average, but meh. Right. Maybe even a 6.5. 6.5 out of 10. I'll change my rating right now. 6.5 out of 10. Yeah. And that's where we leave it. All right. Very short. Usually I don't have much to say about it. That might be even worse. So, yeah, take it as that. All right. On to the next one.